He was being mind controlled. My head hurt, my field of vision was red. My heart was pounding hard, and under me was the body of the girl I'd created. I created my head in my bloody hands. It hurt so much, it felt like it was going to burst. My eyes hurt too, everything was turning red. Suddenly my vision cleared. The lights over the stage seemed impossibly bright, like the sun at the end of a tunnel. There was a pain in my eyes. I reached up my hand and my fingers were covered in pink tears. Then I realized Sarika wasn't here. My fingers weren't covered in blood. I twisted my neck to look at my shoulder. My clothes weren't even cut. There wasn't a single wound on my leg either. He was fucking with my brain again. What's going on? I was sitting on the ground, alone, by the seats near the entrance.
ひでえやつだな。そんな男に育てた覚えはねえぞ。
Oh, you can you can fucking shut up. I leapt up to my feet.
Tosan.
That gear looks like it's probably what's enhancing his abilities. Dad was up on the stage. He was standing in the center like the lead singer in a musical. And at his feet... Sarika, the girl I thought I'd just killed, was lying at his feet. There was no blood on her clothes, and the cut in the stomach hadn't been torn open. But she must have been unconscious because she wasn't moving.
こいつは妄想の前に殺されそうになっても一切抵抗しなかったぞ。いじらしいじゃないか。
Fucking hell. I suddenly understood what was going on. Mind control. But when?
まさか劇場に入った時にはもう
When I came inside, I'd felt a sharp pain and my vision had blurred for a moment. When I tested my powers with the lollipop, was I already under his spell? The pain and the heat had felt so real, but it was all illusion. But I could still feel the sensation of wringing Sarika's neck.
あのままこの子に殺されてりゃ、お前のここも壊れてたはずなんだがな。
Dad tapped his own heart.
逆に殺しちまうってのはどうだよ、タクル。女に手を挙げる男はモテねえぞ。
Oh, you can really fuck up. Fucking shut up. Hearing Dad talk in the same tone he always did was almost enough to get me to let my guard down. But this wasn't the man I knew. The man on stage wasn't the Dad I knew.
なんだあの木か
Took a good look at it. Dad was holding some kind of backpack, and it could see some kind of device inside it.
何を背負ってるんだ
Dad was wearing a piece of headgear that connected to it. And the long cylindrical machine he was holding was connected to it by a cord.
そうか
If he had psychic powers like we did, then he had to have one too. That was Dad's Dai Sword. But why did he have it? I thought that those powers only appeared in brains that were still developing during the earthquake.
これまでの研究によれば、脳がまだ発達段階で活発に活動している若い人間、その中でも脳への負荷が非常に高い事象を経験した者だけに能力の発現が見られる。
That's what Consuelo said.
ああ、これか。
That's all I was looking at and tapped his backpack with a dice sword.
すげえだろ。俺たちの研究成果の一つさ。俺みたいな普通の人間でもギガロマニアックスと似たような能力が持てる。
Bloody hell.
こいつはある装置の端末でな。その装置ってのは以前ここにあったんだが、ちょっとトラブっちまって。おかげであの地震だ。ひでえ目にあった。
That sounded like a child whose favourite toy had been broken. It was clear that he didn't care at all about the people who died or whose lives had been ruined during the earthquake.
そのせいで俺らもリストラされちまうしよ。金もね、人もいねえで、組み立て直すのに6年もかかっちまった。委員会のバカどもが。
So that was how he'd been able to do that to Ito. And how he'd been able to kill Yui. I felt a mix of rage, sorrow and hate. All the feelings were so strong I wanted to scream.
はい、お前のことを何とかすりゃ、また研究に戻れるからな。
It was as if he picked just the right words to make me even angrier.
正直、ちょっと焦ったぜ。あの嫌なやつ、一人でここへ来やがったからよ。お前が来なきゃ話にならねえし、めんどくせえことになったと思ってたんだが。
He looked down at her and poked her with the artificial dice sword. She still didn't move. It couldn't be. Was Sarika?
ん？死んでるぞ。当然だろう。
Funny, ain't it? He seemed to say.
思考誘導をかけられて妄想の中で戦わされてるって気づいたんだな、こいつ。最後、ディソードを引っ込めて、お前に殺される瞬間まで抵抗一つしなかった。どこまでお前のことが大事なんだか。
He kicked her hard enough that she turned over.
やめろ。
それにしてもお前すごかったな。ノノを殺された恨みに取りつかれてるからよ。それをちっとブーストしてやったんだ。そしたら情けも容赦もなくぶっ殺したもんな。お前もどこまでノノが大事なんだか。
I could feel my whole body getting red hot. Stop it. Don't say Nono's name, not with that face, not with that voice.
何考えてんだよ。
ああ
The way Dad's expression didn't change at all, it only made me madder. Did he really not understand? We'd all lived together for years, right? We'd come here as a family, hadn't we?
ユウトとウキはいなくなったあんたのことを心配してる。
お、なんだお前まだあいつらに言ってなかったのかよ。
ユイだってずっとあんたを信頼してた。それに
And Nono.
きっかけはタクルのリハビリの手伝いをしていた時に父さんに言われた言葉。独学なのにやるじゃないか、なかなかだぞという一言でした。きっと父親というのはそういうものなんでしょう。 父さんが作った家のルール、私は好きでした。ありがとう。くれぐれも飲みすぎには注意してください。
信じてたんだ。大切な家族だって。なのに何考えてんだよ。
My words echoed off the walls of the theatre and came back to me again and again. Then I realised that I was the same way. I believed in Dad too, from the bottom of my heart. But he... Dad chuckled and scratched his head, like I had seen him do many times before. It was the same thing he'd done when Nono was scolding him at home.
タクルよ、お前なんか楽しいことってあるか？
は？
なんかあんだろう、面白いと思うこと。それがなきゃ人間なんてやってらんねえだろうが。
What was he talking about? That wasn't what I asked.
なんでユイを殺した？ノノを殺した？
ん？ユイをやったのはお前の友達だし、ノノをやったのはこいつだろうがよ。
うるさい！
おお、怖え。
What the hell was so funny? I clenched my hands into fists. My grip so tight in my rage that my nails dug into my skin.
あんたどうしてこんなことできるんだ？おかしいだろ。
何怒るなって。今言ったろ？楽しまなきゃダメだ。
The hell does that mean, though?
俺はな、お前に期待してたんだよ。人間一人リアルブートしちまうくらいぶっ壊れてたからな。どこまでいけるか、どこまで震えるか楽しみにしてた。
はあ？
お前みてえなギガロマニアックスが好きなことを好きなだけやるようになったら本当にすげえんだぜ。この世界すらめちゃくちゃにできちまう。面白え、たまんねえ。それを観測して計算して理論を組んでまた実験して、そのループの先にどんなもんが現れるのか俺は見てみてえな。ワクワクしねえか、タクル。
Dad kept using the same voice he'd always used at home. But I wasn't hearing a word. The anger inside me just kept building.
とにかくよ、どんな時でも自分が面白いと思うことに従っとけ。これは父親代わりの人生訓ってやつだ。
父親だと？あんたなんか父親じゃない！
I screamed. But Dad kept smiling.
とにかくな、俺にとっちゃギガロマニアックス研究は最高だ。こんなに楽しいこと他に存在しねえ。これがお前の質問への答えだ。
そんな。
That was the only reason? The only reason he'd worked for the committee. The only reason he'd done those horrible experiments in the basement.
ユイやノノや伊藤たちをあんな目に遭わせたの。それだけのために。
だから何回言ったらわかんだよ。面白いだろ、その方が。
Absolute fucking psychopath.
お前！
Next thing I knew, I was running. The dice sword appeared in my hand instantly. It had no weight, but I could feel it was there. I listened to the blaze roar as I ran down the corridor. I swung upward at the boss on the stage. There was a high-pitched noise and a brilliant light, and I stopped. My hand went numb for a second. The mechanical dice sword had blocked my swing. Dad's muscles bulged like thick ropes as he swung his dice sword down at me. I barely managed to block it, but the impact knocked me back into the front row seats. There was a sharp pain in my arm. It had been cut a little. It was the delusion before, but this time real blood was running down my arm.
おいおい、お前の腕力で俺とチャンバラする気か?
Dad didn't move a step. He raised the giant dice sword onto his shoulders. His huge body was at least 185 centimeters tall, and he towered over me from the stage like a wall.
ま、たまには息子と遊んでやるか。娘ばっかり相手にしてちゃかわいそうだしな。
Fucking hell.
ほら、こっちに来いよ。観客がしたい一つってのは物足りないけどな。
Then he kicked Sarika's unmoving body once more. I felt anger, but also an indescribable despair. What was I doing here? I'd come in to find out the truth from Sarika, but I'd killed her myself. But there was no reason for me to be here anymore. Sorry. So didn't that mean there was no reason to try and fight Dad? No, it wouldn't even be a fight. I'd probably just get myself killed. So maybe... Sarika had cut open my leg before. It had only been an illusion. I could run to the exit. If I caught him off guard, I could escape, maybe. But... I went forward. I hadn't done any real exercise since my physical therapy 6 years ago. A vision of Nono and Yui flashed through my mind, and for some reason I saw Sarika smiling like she used to do when we were in the newspaper club.
どうした?早く舞台に上がれ。客が退屈してるぞ。
I looked at him, I suddenly had an idea in the corner of my mind. I remembered what he'd said. That the machine on his back was what gave him his power. That he was an artificial gigalomaniac. Then what if I could get rid of his machine?
やれるかもしれない。いや、やるんだ。
I stood and climbed up onto the stage. The light shone down upon my head. I could hear a non-existent crowd screaming for my death from the empty seats. I raised the dice sword, my hands still felt a little numb.
おお、主役っぽいぞ、タクル。それでいい。
I took a step to the side, trying to look as natural as
あいつ
possible.
があのままの姿勢でディソードを使うなら。
By moving to the side, I was able to see part of the device on his back. I hit him with my power as hard as I could. Dad heard a noise behind him and turned around. I had a clear view of the machine. I concentrated hard and hit him with more of my power.
てめえ。
Dad howled like a wild animal and swung his dice sword. But I didn't stop. As long as I can destroy the machine. The fuck? He's fucking with my brain again. Huh? My vision suddenly blurred. I felt a cold wind on my cheek and could see the city in the distance. Where was I?
学校の屋上。くそ。
More mind control. I panicked and tried to use my dice sword. It was gone. The dice sword had disappeared.
なんでだよ、ちくしょう。
I concentrated as best as I could. I imagined the pale light of the sword. Come on, come on! I couldn't see him or sense him, but Dad was probably right in front of me with his huge dice sword. But I couldn't make my dice sword appear. I couldn't see it, I couldn't find it. It was always supposed to appear when I imagined it.
のんちゃん、話って。
Oh, that fucker, he didn't. So he was standing there on the roof, and so was I.
しらじらしいわね。あなたなら聞かなくてもわかるんでしょ、セリカ。
It was Nono. Nono was standing in front of me, talking.
生きてた。ののか。
Nono is... Nono is?
いや、違う。
My sense of logic dispelled the hope that was forming in my mind. This was mind control. Dad's power was causing me to hallucinate. The two of them were right in front of me, but didn't seem to know I was there.
分かっていたんだな、クルスノノ。
Oh, whoops.
ええ。
Suddenly, Sarika changed. The smiling, happy girl from the newspaper club disappeared. She became a cold, remorseless killer.
やめろ。おのえ。
I knew I was being mind controlled, but I couldn't help myself. I felt a cold chill in my heart and all the hairs of my body stood up on end.
なら、こうなることも分かっていただろう。
Sarika's dice sword appeared in her hand. No, didn't seem surprised. She just glared at Sarika. Stop it. Stop it, Sarika.
タクルのことも殺すつもり。それはない。あいつのことは私が生かし続ける。それが私の存在理由だ。信じられないわ。だから私はあなたを止める。この命を使ってでも。そう言うと思った。だからお前は邪魔なんだ。
やめろ！
I screamed as Sarika stepped forward, but there was no sign that she heard me. I tried to summon my dice sword, but it didn't work. I tried to get between the two of them. And I realized I couldn't move. My legs felt like they were frozen to the ground.
どうして
But my head was clear. I couldn't let this happen. I knew I had to stop it, but... Sarika and Nono's dice swords slammed into each other. There was a flash so bright that I was forced to close my eyes. And Nono's dice sword cracked.
見込み違いだったな。お前の思考は丸見えだ。
まだ私に友情を期待しているとはな。
Sarika kept going forward. There was no hesitation on her face.
やめろやめろ
No matter how much I screamed, they didn't hear me. I couldn't move. Sarika crossed right in front of me, carrying her gigantic, deadly weapon.
私の中に友情など存在しない。
And in the next moment,
タクル、ごめんね。
felt like no one looked at me. And then, Sarika's dice sword ran through her. Ran her through, sorry. Then suddenly I was seeing something else. I felt a cold wind on my cheek and I could see the city in the distance. It was a sob. I'd been crying without realising it. I looked around, forgetting even to wipe the tears from my cheeks. The roof was lit up by the moon. There was nothing here. There was no one here. Of course, there was no sign of Sarika or Nono's body. Then what was that?
落ち着け落ち着くんだ
It was all mind control, all just an hallucination. It was a fake vision that my dad had created. That's right, it was just like a movie. It had to be. Nono died at Sarika's hands. Sarika had killed Nono. That had really happened. I'd seen it. But it wasn't happening now. It was all part of the past. There was no changing it.
何のんちゃん、話って。
Oh god, he's just going to repeat it over and over again. Until his mind breaks.
白々しいわね。あなたなら聞かなくてもわかるんでしょ、セリカ。
Again, the two of them were standing there just as they were before.
分かっていたんだな、クルスノノ。
ええ。
なら、こうなることも分かっていただろう。
タクルのことも殺すつもり？
それはない。あいつのことは私が生かし続ける。それが私の存在理由だ。
信じられないわ。だから私はあなたを止める。この命を使ってでも。
そう言うと思った。だからお前は邪魔なんだ。
The two of them played out the exact same scene as before. There was still no sign that they'd noticed me. My heart began to pound loudly again. I remembered how it felt to hold Nono's body in my hands. The smell of her blood and the way the warmth drained from her body. The way her eyes would never look at me again. Calm down. I tried to tell myself that again and again. This was part of the past. Screaming wouldn't change it.
いや、そうじゃない。
Maybe this wasn't even part of the past. I hadn't heard this conversation. Everything except the fact that Sarika had killed Nono might be a hallucination from my dad had created. Tried to run away, growing ever more frustrated at my unmoving legs, but nothing worked. That's right, the real me wasn't here. I was at the top of the stage, trapped in an illusion, with Dad and his gigantic dice sword standing right in front of me.
見込み違いだったな。お前の思考は丸見えだ。まだ私に友情を期待しているとはな。
So we can raise the dice sword and advanced. It was coming back. I never wanted to go through that again, but it was coming back. I looked away. No, I tried to look away. But my head wouldn't move. I couldn't take my eyes off it. No, looked at me.
タクル、どうしてそこにいるの？
So we could kill Nono again. Is she really communicating with him? I mean, we never found out what her power was, did we? Then I found myself back at the beginning once more. On the cold moonlit roof, I wrapped my arms around my body tightly, trying to warm myself against the freezing air. What was that? Nono had looked at me. I'd seen her look at me. I was sure of it. She'd seen me? No, that was impossible. I wasn't really here. That was Nono's voice I'd heard, and she'd been looking at me. If I was a real Gigalomaniac, did that mean I had the power to change the past? If that was true, was that the real Kurusu, not a hallucination? My head hurt and I was losing the ability to think. No, this is an hallucination. This was an illusion. It was an illusion. There was no way I could change the past.
何？のんちゃん、話って。白々しいわね。あなたなら聞かなくてもわかるんでしょ、セリカ。
It's Groundhog Day again and again and again. On my third time seeing the exact same thing, I finally closed my eyes. Stop it. I don't want to see Nono die anymore. I put my hands over my ears to block out the sound. But I could hear them speaking the same words. The last conversation Nono would ever have flowed directly into my head.
見込み違いだったな。お前の思考は丸見えだ。まだ私に友情を期待しているとはな。私の中に友情など存在しない。
I didn't have to look to know what was happening. I knew the expressions on their faces. I knew the looks in their eyes. The angle that Sarika held that dice sword at, and even how she was going to swing it. I knew it all.
タクル、どうして助けてくれないの？
The hell? Felt warm blood splash on my face the second I closed my eyes. There was no time to even scream. I kept my eyes closed tight, but I could feel the wind on my face and cheeks again. I was stuck frozen on that roof again. Muscles in my face had tensed up. There was nothing funny happening, but I was letting out a noise that sounded like laughter. My teeth were chattering.
何？のんちゃん、話って。白々しいわね。あなたなら聞かなくてもわかるんでしょ、セリカ。
I covered my ears, but their words went right through into my brain. I didn't know how I could possibly be any more confused. What was that? Why was Nono in front of me?
なぜ答えてくれないの？
やめてくれ。
I didn't want to open my eyes. I wanted to keep them shut. But for some reason, the moment Nono was killed, they opened on their own. Nono kept dying in front of me. Nono had taken care of me and kept me safe. before I'd even woken up from the coma. From my perspective, that was before I'd even known her. She was a part of my family. She was the only big sister I had. And she kept dying over and over.
なぜ私が死ななければならないの？
My head hurt, but the pain didn't even work as an anchor to keep my mind connected to reality. This Nona was a hallucination, I knew that. But the words she said were ripping apart my mind.
なぜユイを助けてくれなかったの？なぜ事件を追いかけたりしたの？
Nona looked at me and kept asking, were those her last words before she was killed? Her dying screams, her final message? No more. I don't want to see her die anymore. Please, stop it. My eyes were closed, but I could see her death repeated over and again in my mind. Dice sword running through her chest, the blood everywhere, the tiny sound coming out of her throat like air leaking from a bag. Her blood was hot when it landed on my face. It didn't have that metallic smell, but it was hot. I couldn't tell anymore. Was this really hallucination? Maybe this was the real Nona. And maybe this is what she really thought? Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you save Yui? Why did you try and solve the case at all? I told you not to do anything dangerous. I told you not to get revenge. I heard a sound somewhere. It was the sound of something snapping. I didn't want to see anymore. I didn't want to hear anymore. I didn't want to feel anymore. I closed off my mind, wanting nothing more than that.
おいおい、そこで殻に閉じこもるなよ。罪の意識だけで立ち止まるお前なんざ、もう見飽きてんだ。
I heard a voice from somewhere speaking directly into my head. But I held my hands over my ears anyway. I didn't want to hear anything.
しょうがねえな。なら立ち止まれないようにするしかねえか。ウッドバーンヘロンは知ってるか？じゃあまた1ヶ月後にな。楽しく壊れろよ。
Bloody hell. And then, like a computer monitor being turned off, everything disappeared. What? What was this? It was dark, I couldn't see anything. I was in a huge, dark, empty space, like nothing I'd ever experienced. I couldn't even tell if my eyes were open or not. I tried blinking, but the darkness didn't change. I tried to run my eyes to see if that would help. But my hands wouldn't move. No, not just my hands. Nothing moved. Huh? There was no sensation of standing. There was no feeling of weight in my body. Was I lying down? No. Was I floating? It was like being in zero gravity or floating in water with no resistance. Like my body was drifting along. The only thing that existed was the quiet. I could hear the sound of my heart metal going. But even in the overwhelming darkness, I felt a little better. Anything was better than seeing Nono die again and again. It didn't matter what. Compared to hearing Nono's last words over and over. I did nothing but float there. It was like being almost asleep, but there was something stopping me from falling asleep altogether. It felt weird and unpleasant. I tried to at least do something about the floating. but there was nothing to grab onto, nowhere to stand, and my body wouldn't move. I wanted something solid. I tried my best to find it. Suddenly, I realized, where was I? What was I doing here? No. No! This was more mind control. This darkness was another hallucination. Ah! I tried to scream and wave my arms, but there was no sound, no movement. If I couldn't move, I at least wanted to feel something with one of my senses. It could be a bright light, screaming, even pain. An awful bitter taste, or even a horrible smell. If I didn't find something fast, I'd lose track of where I ended and the darkness began. I know! What about my shoulder injury from when Dad knocked me into the seats? Desperately tried to feel the pain in my shoulder, but it didn't work. Couldn't feel anything, even whether or not it was bleeding. It felt like the darkness was gradually burying me, like ants swarming on a piece of candy. The boundary line between my own body and the rest of the world got even blurrier. No way! If I remembered a certain piece of information, I remembered what my dad said just before this happened. Woodburn Heron, was it? I matched the name with what was going on. That was a famous experiment, if I remember it right. Heron's sensory deprivation experiment. He would put subjects into a sound-treated room that was completely silent, then blindfold them so they couldn't see, then tie them up with a straitjacket kept at exactly their body temperature to take away their sense of touch, except for eating simple meals and defecating. They were kept on a bed at all times. The experiment he'd done was to see how long they could last. The results had been far less than what he'd expected. The most any of them could endure was 2 to 3 days. The worst ones would complain of disturbing thinking after only a few hours. If they continued with the experiment anyway, they would start hearing and seeing things and almost go mad. A human being can't endure long periods of time with no stress or stimulation. The experiment was banned now because it's dangerous. I remembered something else, something terrifying. What had my dad said? See you in a month? I was supposed to spend a month like this? I screamed, but I couldn't hear my voice. The first change was to my sense of vision. It was after about 2 days had passed. By my reckoning, it would have been about dinner time. I wasn't sleepy or hungry. At some point, I'd just begun to count numbers. 1 second, 2 seconds. It was meaningless, but I felt like I'd go mad if I didn't do something. When I had just about passed 100,000 seconds, the darkness in front of me suddenly began to shine. What? Who's there? It wasn't a camera flash or light bulb, it was just a blurry glow. That was all. I couldn't see anything else, or even move. When I saw it, I lost track of my number, and started over again. Light came every 100,000 seconds. The day was 60 times 24, so 886,400 seconds. Perfect. I decided to round up and call each 100,000 seconds a day. There was no light. I was bored. I wished so many times for something to happen. Someone, come here. Even Dad, I didn't care. I'd rather be fighting a battle with a dice sword that I knew I couldn't win. No, actually, I'd rather be stabbed with a dice sword. I wanted to feel pain. I thought that when the light came for the 30th time I could escape, because that would mean a month had passed. A month was 30 days. But nothing happened. The light just kept coming at the same pace as before. When the light came again, 30 days passed. I stopped counting how many times it had come. I stopped counting the 100,000 too. What's the point of counting
数
anyway?
えるのやめてしまうの？
No. I heard that clearly. I started hearing voices sometimes when I neared the 30th apprentice of the light. 30th appearance of the light. Are you just gonna die like this? What's Miyashita Park like? Hey Miyashiro, how do you know Jen? Adios gracias. Why did you leave me to die, you idiot? Are you just going to die here? The newspaper club's just getting started, right? Tell me, why didn't you save me? It hurt so much when I died. You ever heard of Woodburn Heron? The voices came and disappeared without listening to my responses. I at least wanted to see their faces. I was already starting to forget what everyone looked like. Maybe if I saw them again, I could stop the darkness from swallowing up all the
こ
memories.
こから出してあげる。父さんのこと殺してきてあげる。
Really?
行ってきた。でもダメ。私一人じゃ無理だった。
私たち手伝いましょうか？
Really? You'll do that for me?
女子高生の力をなめるなよ。アディオスグラッシ
Oh, wait!
どうしたの？タクル兄ちゃん。
Oh,
まさか一人じゃ寂しいとか言うんじゃないでしょうね。勘弁してよ。
that's not true. Of course I'm not lonely. No, I wanted to tell you to be careful. Dad's power is... What was it again?
どうした？佐久間はどこにいるんだよ。それがわかんねえと殺しに行けねえだろ。
さっさと言え。時間の無駄だ。
Huh? That's strange. He should be right here. Huh? There? Where's there?
タクルさん、ウッドバーンヘロンって知ってますか？
Don't you know I'm a right-sider? Of course I know. He's the guy who came up with the theory that a day is 86,400 seconds. Amazing, right? I was slowly breaking and melting away. Suddenly I felt something stabbing me somewhere. It was the pain I'd been longing for, but I didn't care anymore. I was just tired of it.
殺してあげる。
No, please don't stab me.
なぜ？
I don't want to die.
どうして？
Because it hurts.
痛みなんて感じてないじゃない。タクル、あなた、本当にそこにいるの？
Nuna kept stabbing me as if she was trying to find out where I was. When the sound finally stopped, I heard a wet, slopping noise. I could tell her hands were jammed inside my body, rummaging through my guts. I could imagine the blood. But Nuna was right, I didn't feel any pain. That's strange. It hurt a moment ago. No? Let me see you. I'm sorry. You can kill me if you want.
なぜ？
Because I want to see you. I want to see anybody. I'm lonely. No? Oh no. Why? Why did you leave? No. Wait. Was that really No? Was that Nona's voice? Did you really talk like that? Wait a second. What was Nona's last name? That orphanage. I was blinking out on the place's name. There were two sisters there. What were their names? Oh wait, was it a brother and a sister? Everything was turning black. Who was that girl who always told me not to lie? Who was the one in the white lab coat? The one who didn't talk, the one who always seemed scared. Who'd been stabbing me a moment ago?
わからないの？ひどい先輩っすね。
Shut up, shut up. Certain noise started to bother me. I didn't want to be criticised by these people when I didn't even know their names. Please, somebody kill. Ow. I was surprised by sudden fierce pain in my head. Thud, thud, I could feel the blood flowing into my head. How many months had it been since I felt pain so clearly like this? No, how many years? Or maybe decades?
いつまでそんなことをしてるんですか？私の方がずっと痛かったんだけど。
I said, shut up! All of you, shut up! I screamed back at the voices. I don't know who you people are. All of you just disappear.
助けて。助けて。
When I said someone's name, everything became better. All the voices disappeared and the pain in my head was gone.
タク？大丈夫？ 怪我は、平気だね。
She was right next to me as if it was the most natural place in the world for her to be.
尾上。お前、なんでここに。
私はいつもタクの隣にいるよ。
That was impossible. When my dad used his mind control on me, I killed her.
そうだ。僕が。
No, she was dead before then. I remembered Dad had used his mind control on me. In the theatre cube at Haigo. So this was all just...
僕のただの妄想か。
昔みたいだね。
Suiga laughed. I didn't know why.
で、どう？
何が？
思考誘導、どんな感じ？
なかなかだよ。結構きつい。
そう？結構居心地良さそうだけど、お腹も空かないんでしょ？
Suiga looked around into the empty void. She was acting like she'd just come over to check out a friend's new
お
house.
前な、一度こうなってみろよ。体を動かせないのがどんなに辛いか。
そりゃ私は耐えられそうにないけど、タクはリハビリの時に経験済みじゃん。
あの時は動かそうとするたびにちゃんと痛みが走った。動いてなくても動かしてるっていう実感があったんだよ。
そういうもの
？Suiga tilted her head at me.
これ、向こうはどうなってる？
向こう？
現実だよ。つまりシアターキューブにいる僕だ。思考誘導を受けて多分倒れてるだろう。
I didn't even have the slightest idea how much time had passed, but it had to have been much longer than a day or two. The Social Festival was probably long since over, and I might have starved to death.
それはないんじゃないかな。だってタクちゃんと話してるし、生きてるってことでしょ？
そうだけど。
情報をまとめて理屈で考えろっていつも言ってるのはタクだよ。こっちと向こうの時間が違うとか？
Yeah, like a dream. That's right, that's possible.
ひなちゃんたちはどうしたの？
ひなちゃん。
Alright, Hine, Uma Hine. How had I forgotten about her?
新庄さんたちと一緒に渋谷を抜け出したと思う。
タ
ちって誰？ウキちゃんとユウトくんと
久野里さん。
あれれ、花ちゃんは？
あいつは事件と直接関係ないから渋谷に残ってると思う。
そっか。
I see what she's doing. And Savika started asking me one question after another. Ah, to fight out this. Could I really not move? Was the light I sometimes saw a hallucination? Were the voices I heard imaginary? I took a long time answering each one in as much detail as possible. I had plenty of time after all. And just the act of moving, having a conversation was wonderful. It was something I had done all the time in my daily life and at the newspaper club. Come to think of it, who had first used the phrase, "You don't know what you've got till it's gone," and when did they use it? Don't know what you got till it's gone. Gay paradise, but the parking lot. So I'm getting distracted by the songs.
わかんないよ。ポケコン持ってくればよかったかな。
I laughed a little, though I wasn't sure if Sarika was serious or joking. Each time I would answer one of her questions, Sarika's expression would change. She'd laugh or get mad, and sometimes she'd even try to correct me. She really did seem like a normal person, but...
何？
お前、昔は僕の妄想でどこにもいなかったんだな。
バレちゃったか。
She acted like a kid who'd been caught while playing hide and seek.
他の人からはどう見えてたんだ？
If she wasn't real, I must have spent all my time as a kid talking to empty air.
どうって見たまんまだと思うけど。でもさ、私とタクが一緒にいるところなんてそんなに見られてないよ。タクの両親くらいじゃない？あと病院の地下でセンリちゃんにか。あれは失敗したな。そのせいで私のんちゃんにバレちゃったんだよね。
That's right. Sarika and I spent all the time in my room. I'd never been to her house. No, according to Kunosato, her house didn't exist.
言ってくれればよかったのに。
そういうわけにはいかないよ。
She laughed, but she seemed a little bothered.
でも、あの時はどうだったんだ？渋谷地震。
ああ。
I remembered carrying Sarika through the hell that was post-earthquake Shibuya. But if she'd only been born when I had that headache, when I was in the Yuhai shelter, I hadn't been really carrying her on my back at all. Only then did I remember why I was here. It wasn't to talk about old times.
よくわかんないけど、でもちょっと変くらいにしか見えてなかったと思うよ。ほら、私は気を失ってたからあんまり話してないし。あんな状況じゃタクが独り言を言ってるとか歩いてる姿勢がおかしいとか別に誰も。タク？
え？
どうしたの？
いや。
If I could have moved my body, I would have been looking straight back into Sarika's eyes.
お前を生み出した時、僕はお前に何を望んだんだろう。
それはね、わかんないよ。
She didn't seem surprised or upset at
だ
all.
って今の私はタクの知ってることしか知らないもん。向こうの彼女しか知らないことだもん。
Yeah, that's right. Sarika in front of me might look alive, but she was really just a delusion of mine. So she wouldn't know anything that I didn't. I'd created her again to help me get through this torture. She was just... Oh. And when I realised it, I was disgusted with myself. I felt so pathetic that I wanted to cry. How can I be so shameless?
僕は向こうの尾上を殺したんだぞ。
Even if it was a trap created by my dad's mind control, I'd still killed her with my own hands. She almost killed me, and then I'd lost control and killed her instead. I'd torn open her stomach injury and strangled her. Saying I'd been mind controlled was just an excuse. The rage and desire to kill her I'd felt had been real. Even without mind control, if the same thing happened in reality, I'd do it again. I'd kill her.
だけど尾上は違った。
Even when the imaginary me tried to kill her, she'd chosen to die rather than resist, unlike me. But then I'd wished for her again, just like I'd done during the Shibuya earthquake. And I'd come to her to help again. I couldn't handle the darkness on my own, so I'd created her. I could only imagine a worse person than myself.
別に気にすることないよ。私、ここにいられて楽しいもん。
Enough, stop it.
タクが呼んでくれなかったら話すこともできなかったし。
Don't tell me exactly what I want to hear. Come to think of it, Suiko had always been like that, ever since I was little. Even when I was neglected, she was always jealous of me. She always made me think that I was better off than she was. Whenever I wanted to show off some new piece of information I'd learned, she'd always act interested. She pretended to be a stupid girl so that I'd always get to think of myself as a right-sider.
ごめんな。本当に。ごめん。
タク。
Suiko looked hurt when she saw me apologize. Why don't you understand? You don't have to apologize. This is what makes me happy, she seemed to say. But she only looked that way because I wanted her to. My ego and desire had created the role of a kind-hearted young girl that she was forced to play forever. Forever forced to play. The two of us were like that for a little while. I kept apologizing, so Suiko seemed to not want to hear it. Eventually she spoke to me like a mother
タ
scolding
ク
her
は
child.
ね、それでも私を許しちゃいけないんだよ。
え？
私、のんちゃんを殺しちゃったんだから。そうでしょ？
でも、その理由が僕のせいかもしれないんだ。
No, it wasn't a maybe. There had to be something connected with
け
me.
ど、私は死んじゃったから、聞くことはできないでしょ？
Suiko was right. No, I was forcing her to be right.
じゃあさ、
Of course, I knew what she was going to say next. Suiko's voice became a light, the one thing that lit up my path in this dark world.
タクはどうしたいの？
Suddenly, I saw a scene I remembered well. Till a moment ago, the blackness had kept me from remembering, no matter how hard I tried to imagine them. But now I could see my family. They must have been getting ready for dinner. I smelled something good. I was in the kitchen and saw a line of dishes fit for the nursing home. Yui, Uki, if you take cooking lessons from Nono, they're gonna be starting calling you Mum and Granny at school. Yuta was in the corner sulky because Yui had made fun of him. Yui was looking at him and laughing. Uki didn't know what to do. Nana gave Yui a brief scolding, but she was smiling while she did it. It was the same thing I'd seen a million times before. Nothing was different. Everyone was in the club room, going over the case. We seemed to be talking about Shibuya News. Kunosato had updated some information. Kazuki was playing her game. Ito went to stop her, but froze when she offered him a piece of dried squid. Omura told a stupid joke and Ito blushed and started to shake his head frantically. There was still no expression on Kazuki's face. This was another scene I knew well. But this world was never coming back. My dad had destroyed it.
それでいいの？
Of course not. I loved my family, I loved my friends. Those places were the most precious things I had. He'd ruined them all, and when I'd asked him why, the only reason he could give me was that it was fun. I couldn't let him get away with that. No matter what I did, Yuri and Nono weren't coming back. The life I'd had with my friends was gone. My feelings began to break free from the darkness and came to life again. Blood flowed through my body once more and my senses started to return to me. That's right,
敵を取らなきゃダメだ。
Even if that meant breaking my promise to Nono. I didn't care what my dad was trying to accomplish with this experiment, or what was happening to me. He wanted something from me. What was it? I didn't even want
そ
to
れ
know.
を知ろうとしなくていいの？
いい。
I didn't care. I refused to go crazy like he wanted.
なんかタクらしくないね。
うるさいな。
でも感情だけで頑張っちゃうタクもちょっと見てみたいな。
I smiled back at her, and then I focused all my neurons on creating an illusion. Where had I been? Who was I so angry at, and where were they standing? If I was in a prison of delusions created by that machine, then I'd have to come up with a powerful delusion that was even more powerful. And then I'd pull him into my own delusion. The way I remembered it, it was like this.
もうちょっと明るくなかった？天井から照明当たってるんでしょ？
Were they?
多分これくらい。あともうちょっと近かった。
Closer, huh? How about this?
オッケー。さすがカメラいじってるだけあるね。
So we walked around the stage, checking to see if there was anything I'd missed. She must have been satisfied because she nodded several times.
タクの立ち位置もオッケー？
意識が飛んだ時のままならな。
違ってたらどうするの？
その時はその時だ。確実な方法なんてありっこないんだからな。
So we could pretend to be impressed with what I'd said. I laughed at myself too. Was I really the type of person who was brave enough to do something like this? I used to think that risky decisions weren't courageous but stupid. I used to think that courage was just a word people use to hide their stupidity.
あ、そうだ、タク？私の仇は取っちゃダメだよ。のんちゃんたちの仇は取らなきゃダメ。でも私の仇はダメ。当たり前でしょ？
それは。
いいから、とにかくその瞬間タクが思っていいのはのんちゃんたちだけね。
I'm sorry, and thanks. Those were the only words I could come up with. I didn't know what else I could say.
ほらタク、ちゃんとしてよ。じゃないと私が来た意味なくなっちゃうじゃん。
Suika pouted a little. It was the same thing she used to do in the newspaper club. I tried to stop my tears from welling up again.
ちゃんとしてるよ。この僕がちゃんとしてなかったことなんてあるか？
あの時とあの時、それから
指を折って数える。
She laughed, and then she looked right into my eyes.
多分向こうへ戻った瞬間、その一瞬にしかあいつの隙はないよ。だからチャンスは
一度あれば十分だ。
That's right, I would only have a few seconds in the world of my delusion. And a few seconds when I got back to reality. I'd probably have less than 5 seconds in total. If he'd been researching psychics for as long as he said, he'd notice what I'd done immediately. So I'd only get one shot. If I didn't work, he'd kill me this time. Sarika looked relieved when she saw my resolve. Then she smiled and started to fade away, as if her job was done. At the same time, I felt a throbbing pain in my head. It was the pain from when the dice sword appeared. Here it comes. Bloody hell, look at the time.
無謀なことにかける覚悟は OK？
オッケー。
掛け金が自分の命だっていう現実は OK？
オッケー。
バカな決断に言い訳をしない意志は OK？
オッケー。
じゃあ行って舞台に上がってタク
I slammed my own delusion down on top of the one that had held me. It was like splattering bright paint of black canvas into a single instant of perfect replica the theatre appeared. Yes, it was working. Dad was in front of me. He looked surprised. I could tell from the shock on his face that he hadn't yet realised that this was a world of delusion sitting atop another delusion, and that I dragged him inside. The machine on his back started to creak and moan. Its shape was becoming warped and distorted as if it was being crushed by an invisible giant. Yeah, fucking eat it! I screamed loud as I tried to use my power to destroy it. Dad stepped back as his protector and look on his face. Yes, there can the chaos were. The back to protect it, look on his face, making it clear that he still couldn't believe what was happening. But it was too late. Crush it! Crush! I hit him with a strong delusion. The outer frame couldn't take the stress and the machine started to break. Dad panicked and raided his dinosaur to use his mind control on me again. Red light flashed in front of me, but it wasn't the mind control again. It was the opposite. It was the key for the plan that the other Sarika and I had come up with. Dad, Sakuma, had made a mistake. He thought that I had escaped from his mind control on my own. He thought that I had escaped from the delusion and made it back to reality. So he did just what he hoped he would, and ended the mind control that was on me now. Even though I was still inside the dark prison, if Dad had stayed calm, he would have noticed his mistake immediately. But it was all of a sudden that he'd panicked and made the wrong decision. That black torture chamber was gone. In that instant, I cancelled my own delusion. The bonds that tied me in place were gone. My senses came back and told me that this was reality. The pain of my injury, the smell of the blood, the taste of the blood, the feeling of the dice sword in my hand, Dad howling as he stood there with his fake sword raised high. But just getting back to reality wasn't good enough. I only had a few seconds, probably. I needed to destroy the real device before he figured out the trick. Run! I forced my aching forward and ran at full speed towards my foe. Lowered my body and ran, held the dice sword ready. A new attempted mind control came at me. I could feel it trying to scramble my brain. I wasn't stopping, I couldn't stop. I bit down hard on my lip and used the pain to check my 5 senses. You're still okay, don't stop, run! I keep running. Swirling dice sword down at my father. Then try to dodge it, but that was just what I wanted. He ducked low and I could see the device on his back. I slammed the dice sword down into it hard before he could move. Haha. You got fuck all weapons now. Apparently I pulled the dice sword out of the device. Parts flew everywhere. Strange light had been giving off disappeared and the artificial dice sword he was holding lost its shine. The pain created by my his mind control attempts vanished like it was never there. As soon as I saw the device was destroyed, I fell to my knees. I had used my power while running at full speed and it hurt to breathe. I was dizzy from lack of oxygen. Dad's mood suddenly began to change. He seemed to realise what I'd done. The smile on his face vanished, and instead of anger, there was no expression at all.
俺がこれを復元するのにどんだけ苦労したか分かってんのか?
I never heard him use a tone like this before.
タクル。
なんだよ。
なんで壊れてねえんだ。なんで生きてる。いや、なんで精神を保ってる。てめえがあれに耐えられるわけねえんだ。俺は確かに30日間お前をしくじったのか。いや、あの男にできて俺にできないなんてことは。
I used a dice sword as support to help me on my feet. It was fine, I could move. I could move just the way I wanted to. I was sure of it. I'd made it back to reality.
おい、答えろ！お前なんで動けるんだよ！
I readied the dice sword again without saying a word. There was still no expression on Dad's face.
そうか。こいつか。そういうことか。
I looked down. Tariq was lying there, looking like she was asleep even though she was dead. Dad's anger vanished and instead he started to speak like a scientist observing a guinea pig. That was even creepier somehow.
イマジナリーフレンドだけで乗り切ったってのか。殺した相手にすがりつくとは思わなかった。たく、面白くねえことしやがって。
Dad raised the now dull dice sword and came towards me. It was no longer an artificial dice sword, but it was still a giant metal blade. Even without its powers, it was more than capable of killing me. I stepped away from him, my own weapon at the ready. It felt like if I looked away from him, I'd be killed.
狂えって俺は言ったよな。なあ。
The iron blade suddenly came down. There was an impact on my face. I felt some of my back teeth break, and blood splattered from my mouth. But knocked to the floor. I swung the dice sword in my hand frantically. For a moment I experienced the pain and light that were causing my mind control. Was that thing still working? It wasn't broken? It had to be. I dropped the dice sword in despair. It vanished. but the mind control never came. My attack a moment ago had damaged it.
マジで壊れてるじゃねえか。このクソガキ
Oh shit. So his iron sword struck me on the left leg. The described awful pain ran up my spine and smashed into my brain.
んなことなら最初から拷問室にでも思考誘導しとくべきだったな。なんなら今やってやろうか。リアルで。よー
It hurt, the pain was unbearable. Was this plan stupid after all? Was there no way to win?
ほらよダメだな。痛覚からの発狂じゃ何にも新しいもんは得られねえか。
What happened to my leg, my body? Were they still here? I couldn't move, just like in the black prison.
なら、あいつらをお前の目の前で殺してみるか。
I could hear those words clearly, even as my whole body screamed from
多
pain.
分まだ渋谷を出てねえだろ
The instant I understood what he meant, I forgot the pain coursing through my body.
おう、それでいいんだよ。お前にとってそれが大事なものであればあるほど効果は高えからな。
He kicked me and I rolled along the ground. Then he started to walk away. My throat hurt as I screamed. It was frustrating how I couldn't even speak. He was leaving, he was going somewhere. Where? Where else? To where were they? To where they were? He was going after the people I loved. Tried to stand up, but the leg he struck wouldn't move and I fell to the ground. Oh, damn it, use your powers. I hit my face on the floor. My left leg wouldn't move. Was it broken? It was the one place I didn't feel any pain. Probably cut off. My body wouldn't move. Why? I finally made it out of that blackness, right? I couldn't just let him go. Move, I don't care what moves. Move, move. He was going to kill them right in front of me. Kill Aomura, kill Uki, kill Yuto, kill Usato. I wouldn't let him. I wouldn't let him do it. So my vision blurred with the pain. I saw Sarika's body lying on the ground.
のんちゃんたちの仇は取らなきゃダメ。でも、私の仇はダメ。当たり前でしょ？
絶対にさせるか
I howled. And my dice sword appeared as if by answer, and then I sliced through the air towards my dad as he walked away.
何
Ooh. My dad turned around at the noise just in time for the dice sword to impale his throat. Well, he's fucking dead. And then he slowly fell backwards to the floor. I somehow managed to endure the pain that was coursing through my body and stand up. There was blood everywhere on the stage. I avoided it, dragging my unmoving left leg as I walked towards the body that used to be my dad. I sword was still shining as it stuck out of his throat. I made it disappear. When I saw what was left, I didn't feel a sense of accomplishment or anything else, just an urge to vomit. He was lying on the ground. I'd killed him. I'd killed my dad. How could this have happened? Taking revenge for Nono and Yui didn't make me feel any better at all. I didn't feel happy at all. I realised I was crying. I didn't know how long I'd been crying, but my tears were red. Everything around me felt like a lie. I was having trouble standing up, and not just because of my injury. This was how it felt to cross a line that you should never cross.